I certainly think that over the period since Chinese New Year, you're going to see very, very low growth, and our view is that this overall is going to take us, quite a material chunk off the Chinese growth rate over the course of the next 6 months or so. Clearly, everything is going to depend now on how quickly they can contain it, and the estimates for that seem to be varying widely. So I've got people talking to me about we should see cases start to drop as soon as we get into early March. We're sort of thinking summer, so we have a view that this could go out till June, but of course it's quite plausible that this could run for the rest of the year, and if that happened, then it's very difficult for the authorities to get a grip around growth.
Mohammed Al-Arian, one of the investors, questioning this V-shaped recovery. And if you look at a lot of the analyst notes, everybody's on the page that you get that sharp pullback and then sharp recovery. But he's saying that may not be what plays out. You might get a U-shape or even the dreaded L over the course of this year. So if you look at the Wall Street action, it feels like Wall Street has priced in a V. Could they be wrong? Could they be U or an L? Wall Street,
this is it's quite a rational forecast. Wall Street is saying this is activity that's delayed but not foregone. So essentially, once the virus has been sort of largely contained, you're going to see economic activity pick up very strongly.
But what about the services sector? That's not delayed in the consumption. No. That's foregone expenditure.
So, consumer demand, for example, there is an expectation that would accelerate again once this is over. So I think that's quite a plausible, and that's often what you see when there is some kind of natural disaster, that you see this big drop off and a big rebound. But I do think that it's important to reckon.
But in a natural disaster, there's rebuild that goes on. We're not talking about rebuild here, we're talking about resumption of facilities.
But I guess what you have seen is a lot of corporate investments being put on hold. There's a lot of contracting that's just not happening at the moment, and so I'm seeing that with our clients in China. So, for example, right now, economic activity's dropped away quite a bit because companies are not able to sign contracts because their contracting system over there requires all this paper-based contracting. That's just not happening. All of that's going to resume once you see things pick up. So I think the V-shaped recovery, that's plausible. I don't think it's not an irrational way to look at the world, but certainly the big issue, I think, is China's connectiveness with the rest of the global international supply chain, which is much more sort of embedded than it was when SARS happened, and this sense that because of the propensity of Chinese people to travel so much more than they did in 2003 when SARS was there, that this is going to be much less contained than it was back then, and so you might see a much bigger regional impact. So there are a lot of risks, but the V-shaped recovery is not an implausible forecast.
Hi, I'm Joanna Bersecci, and thank you for watching. You can check out more of our videos by clicking on the boxes on the screen. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more from CNBC International. Thank you for watching.